Hi everyone, Peter Young, author of The Blue Team. If you have 2 minutes, I've got another book review for you. This time it is Brothers on Three by Abe Streep, which came out in 2021. It's about the high school basketball team from Arlee, Montana, which is located on the Flathead Indian Reservation. The team won 2 straight state championships amidst the backdrop of a suicide epidemic. Now, full disclosure, I live in Montana, and I know many of the participants and coaches that Abe covers. I also went to several of the games chronicled in the book, and my children attend Manhattan Christian School, which is the main rival to Arlee. So it's a great story. It is very well researched, so kudos to Abe for that. However, portions of the narrative are spoiled by the author's liberal progressive viewpoint. There is a persistent undercurrent of white privilege or racism throughout the book that just simply wears on the reader. At least it wore on me. And perhaps the most fascinating sentences in the entire book were in the back of the book in the author's note chapter. Quote, "One silly and prevalent form of anti-indigenous sentiment is an assumption, in my experience, one often found within wealthy liberal enclaves, that tribal people agree in some harmonious monolith. Small towns don't work that way." End quote. Okay, newsflash to Abe and all the other liberals and progressives out there. All towns don't work this way. In fact, nothing works that way. Thinking they do is a silly assumption made by those who are constantly shouting racism. Listen, reservations aren't monolithic in their beliefs. Not everybody believes the same thing. Whites aren't monolithic in their beliefs. Blacks aren't, Indians aren't, men aren't, women aren't, etc. The author also decries the lack of basketball scholarships to athletes on the reservations in Montana. So what he does, he looks at the total number of scholarships statewide in Montana, and then he compares those to the total number of scholarships given to Indian athletes. And of course, he sees an underrepresentation of Indians getting scholarships, and then, ta-da, blames it on racism. What Abe is describing is egalitarianism. Now listen, if liberalism had a 10 commandments, this would be on it. Egalitarianism is the belief that with equal opportunity, you will always have equal results or proportional results. Thus, if you do not have equal or proportional results, it must be due to racism. Well, no. Sports completely and fully repudiates egalitarianism. Other than stuff like figure skating and gymnastics, which are judged subjectively, sports rewards the winner in very objectively defined contests. So sports doesn't care about race. That's the beauty of sports. Listen, 75% of the NBA is black. Is that racist? In the last 14 years, the winner of the women's world championships of table tennis or ping pong, in fact, the gold and silver, has gone to a Chinese. Is that racist? Of course not. And I could give you multiple examples. This is why ideas like and movements like Black Lives Matter and white privilege are so stupid and utter garbage. And I find it richly ironic that at the end of the book, the author comes incredibly close to seeing what he's been blind to throughout the book. And I even wonder now if he learned that lesson. So if you like reading about basketball, especially high school basketball, it's a good book. You will enjoy it. Just please do not fall for the author's divisive agenda. So there you go. A little bit longer than a 2-minute review. If you've liked it, give it a like, share it, keep your comments coming. I do appreciate them. And as always, until next time, keep reading.